Alright, this is going to be a video on how I made my own homemade dog barrier for the rear of my car. What I'm working with is 1/2 inch PVC pipe, 90s and T's. Altogether, this whole build will probably be about $15. That's with all the pipe. Well, actually a little bit more because I had to buy the pipe cutter. So maybe $30 for everything. And that's including the paint, which I don't got in the picture. But again, this is what I'm basically starting off with. The PVC pipe, I had them cut it in two. I couldn't fit it in my car. But again, everything's 1/2 inch PVC pipe. The glue for putting the pipe together, tape measure to get my measurements. Alright, this is the back of my 2009 Pontiac Vibe. What I'm going to be using is the poles of these headrests. I'm going to go off them with the PVC. Come across, down, across, back down. Same thing over there. I'm going to take my tape measure and get my measurements of how much to come off, up, and then back over. And I'll start doing my cutting. And again, this is a 2009 Pontiac Vibe, but I would think this would work on any car that has poles on the headrest like this. And again, I'm using 1/2 inch. I have a 14-pound Jack Russell. If you have something bigger like a German Shepherd, you might want to step it up a little bit. Alright, here I am. I got some of my pieces cut down from the measurements I took from inside the car. Again, there's the headrest, pulls right out. I did run into a little bit of a issue I didn't think about. These 1/2 inch PVC, when I put them onto the bar, they were actually pretty sloppy. So I ran back up to Home Depot and actually found this piping called Shark Bite. I don't know if you guys can read that, if it would focus, but it says Shark Bite on it. There you go. And I found that this tube actually fits perfectly. No slop at all. And it actually fits down inside of the PVC. So what I ended up doing was I took the Shark Bite pipe, put it inside, cut it off flush on both sides. Now when I slide it up on there, it won't be flopping all around. It'll actually be solid. And again, there's my cuts. That's where I'm at this moment. Alright, here's my really rough layout. And like I said, my headrest right there, pole go down through there. And then I got my center headrest will be right there in the middle. And then my other headrest right there. And again, I did have to put them little short connectors in all these T's that are actually going to be going through. The pole's going to be going through them. But that's the really rough setup right there. Now I'll go ahead and actually piece it together in the car and see how close we are. Okay, here is my finished design. Actually, my cuts were, I hate to say it, perfect. I didn't even have to go back and do any trimming. But the good thing is about PVC and that cutter, it is really easy to trim it back if you have to. You don't need a hacksaw or anything, so it's really easy to work with. But like I said, basically ran the pole right through the T. The only thing I have to go back now and do is actually just finish my gluing of the pipes. And don't be afraid to load them joints up where you're connecting them. Load them up good. The only thing you do want to keep in mind is for whoever's sitting in the back, I cocked it back a little bit so when they're sitting back there, their heads won't hit it. And also it makes it easier so if you want to fold the seats down to pop the rack back off. And the pipes do have a little bit of bend, so it is easy to get the headrest on and off to remove it. The only thing I have to do is finish gluing the joints and paint it probably black, and I'll be done. And like I said, it costs about, materials and everything, about $30. And that included the pipe cutter. If you got a buddy that's a plumber, he probably has the cutter. He probably even has the pipes. I think the pipes alone were $7. Then I had to buy the glue and the cutter. So it was about $25–30 for everything. But like I said, I think any car that has the poles on the seat, it would probably work. There it is. Took about an hour total to do it. Alright, here's the final video on my dog barrier. This is of it painted. I've had it in the car for about 2 weeks now, and seems to be holding up pretty good. And again, I do have a smaller dog, 14-pound Jack Russell, but again, after 2 weeks, seems to be holding up pretty good.